When we are faithful to God's plan, communication becomes an effective expression of our responsible search for truth and our pursuit of goodness. Dear friends in Christ here in the cathedral and those joining us virtually, thank you for your faithful witness today. Today we celebrate the anniversary of the death of St. John Paul II. And I recall the great privilege of seeing him at two significant stages in his life. The first was shortly after he was elected the Pope, and he visited the seminary I was attending. And I'll never forget him walking down that aisle with such energy. And you could see the joy and serenity and peace on his face. And I remember thinking to myself, how could he be at such ease, having been entrusted with the care of the universal church? And we knew why. Because of his profound trust in God's love and mercy, and his promise to be with us always. The other occasion occurred in Rome, shortly before St. John Paul II's death. This time he was not filled with vigor and energy. He was frail. His hands were shaking, and he could just about speak. And yet, I still saw joy and serenity and confidence on his face. And we know why. Because he never doubted God's abiding closeness and the strength he gives to us. St. John Paul II taught us how to carry our cross. And dear friends, I'm sure that all of us here in the cathedral and our home are carrying some sort of cross, especially as we persevere through this pandemic. Your cross may also include some physical or emotional suffering. It may be a personal or family issue, or some significant setback in your life. But whatever that cross may be, as we are told today, Jesus has already embraced for our sake. And as we will proclaim at Easter, he was not crushed or defeated. He proved victorious. And so that is why within this liturgy shortly, the church will invite you to come forward and make an act of reverence, veneration before the cross on which hung the salvation of the world. And as the letter to Hebrews tells us, approach this throne of grace to receive help in your time of need. As you come forward today, dear friends, tell the Lord the specific help, the grace you need at this moment in your life. St. John Paul II also constantly reminded us that no suffering is in vain. And when united to Christ, will lead to glory. It will be redemptive. In fact, he said, when we embrace our sufferings with an unshakable faith and unite them to the Lord's, we provide an everlasting and extraordinary value to the life of the church and for the good of all humanity. So, dear friends, offer your sufferings to the Lord. Maybe for unity and healing in the church, for peace in our world and nation, or maybe for a family member or friend whose cross is heavier than yours. God will receive your offering, and he will hear your prayer. My friends in Christ, when you come forward today to venerate the cross, when you unite your sufferings to his and offer them for the life of the church and the good of humanity, you demonstrate why we say, we adore you, O Christ, and praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.